Hi, Ian here from Ieba.com. Welcome to the second video in the PLR Private Label Rights series. What is PLR? PLR stands for Private Label Rights. It's basically very simple. It's when you buy a product somebody else has created and then you sell it and keep the profit. If you think about it, you can go into any supermarket and you'll see private label rights products. The supermarket's own brand products are effectively private label rights. They buy the private label rights for somebody else's baked beans, for example, and sell them with their label on it. Even the little village shop has private label rights products in it, from simple cakes and things like that to a tin of beans. So private label rights is actually surprisingly common. You'll see it both on and offline. It was brought online a few years ago and it's proved to be fantastically successful, both for people who produce the private label rights products and for people like you and me who use them. So basically you buy a product somebody else has created and you sell it as your own. One good thing for you is you don't pay the full price that it would cost you if that person had developed the product just for you. You pay a fraction of that because they're selling private label rights to many people. Typically, as a rule of thumb, the wider the distribution of the private label rights, i.e. the more people they sell it to, the lower the price. The higher the price, the less people will be sold the private label rights, and those are the ones that are more valuable to you. But we'll talk about those later. You walk into any supermarket pretty much anywhere on the planet and you'll be able to find private label rights products. Just as I said a minute ago, you'll see Heinz baked beans, Heinz tomato sauce, Heinz ketchup, things like that. If you look further in that store, you'll see the store's own brands, and they will be private label rights products. There was a story some years ago about a company that produced washing powder. They wanted to maximise their profit from it and didn't know what to do. So they thought, well, we'll let other people put their labels on it. That effectively invented private label rights, and it made them an absolute fortune. Because suddenly they were not only selling their own brand of washing powder in the stores, but the stores were paying them money to put their label on it and sell the products as their own brand. So it's everywhere, but online it's very, very profitable. For you, the big benefit is it's a cheap way to get high quality products. Instead of paying thousands of dollars for someone to create a product, you can usually pick up a decent quality PLR for $30, $40, $50. Sometimes it'll cost you a couple of $100 if it's really good and very limited distribution. But you've got to think about that. But it's a cheap way to get high quality products. So why on earth would you choose a private label right product? Why not go out there and create your own product? Well, one of the main benefits is it reduces product creation timescales. If you remember from the introduction video where I mentioned if you create a product yourself, it may take you, say, 2 weeks to create a product. In a year, that's only 24 products. However, with private label rights, you could potentially do one a day, even take the weekends off, and as we know, there's 4 weeks in a month, so that's 20 products a month. That's an amazing 240 products per year. So you can instantly see in a month, you've pretty much created the same amount of products that it would have taken you almost a year to do. So that's why private label rights are so good. And if you think about it, and if you thought, well, I need 100 products to make $5,000 a month to break free from my current job. Well, if I need 100 products and I'm doing one every 2 weeks, that's 24 a year. So that's 4 years. If I'm doing one a day using private label rights, it's not even a year and I'm there. So that's the real benefit and potential of private label rights. It's also a very cheap way for you to test the market. Let's say you found a niche and you think, I'm interested in that niche. Buy a private label right product, rebrand it, rewrite it a bit, make it your own and add your own flair to it and sell it into the market. See how it works. If it works well, then create other products or get a unique product created. But it means that I can test the market using private label rights without having to spend, say, $500 or $1,000 in getting somebody else to create a product just for me. I can just buy some PLR content, repackage it, use it as a list builder or whatever it might be to test the market and see if there's any interest. And if there is, bang, you can create a more in-depth or a more expensive product. Fantastic. It also provides a very quick way to enter a market. Again, this sort of comes back to the first point really, if you think about it, and it takes you 2 weeks to create a product. If I do some research today and I've uncovered 10 hot niches that I think, wow, that's fantastic, these can make me some money. With traditional product development, say 2 weeks where I'm creating a product, I'm looking at 5 months before I've covered those 10 niches. By which time I've probably found hundreds of other niches, which I'm super excited about. But if I can take that PLR content and produce one product a day, that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks and I'm there. And I can really turn over products and enter the marketplace a lot quicker. Also, if you're selling a product and you want some bonus items, private label rights is actually very good. The reason being, if you go and try and create your own product, again, it takes more time. It increases the product development timescales. But you may not want to put master resale rights or resale right products as bonuses because it's advertising other people's businesses. So what you could do is buy some PLR, give it a little bit of a refresh and a rewrite, and you're done. Suddenly you've got your bonus items, and they're all your own unique products, of which of course, as we know, adds value. Because if somebody looks at your sales letter and goes, well, I've got that bonus, well, I've got that bonus, well, I've got that bonus, and oh, I've got that bonus, what are they going to do? They're going to simply say, well, it's not really worthwhile. I've got most of those. No matter what you might think, people always look at the bonus items. And if they don't feel that there's value in the bonus items, they may not buy at all. So you've got to make sure. If they're unique, then you've made sure that they're yours, and that they know they can't get them anywhere else, and they know it's good value. Now the other thing, providing the rights permit it, you could use a PLR product as a giveaway to build a list. So you rewrite it, you get a nice cover graphic put on it, and you put it on a squeeze page, and there you are. Drive traffic to the squeeze page and build yourself a list. What do you have at the end of it? Magic. You've got a profitable list built from a fairly cheap product. It's a great way for you to provide value to your buyers easily. If you've got a list, you can take a private label rights product and promote it and sell it to that list. Simple. It's very, very easy for you to do, and it can provide lots of value, and for you, lots of money. And one of the real benefits I feel that PLR has is that it provides inspiration to you for your own products. So quite often I'll take a PLR product and I may end up with 2 or 3 products from it. You know, I may feel, well, that chapter there is actually quite good. And then what I could do is take that chapter and make it into another product, and I could sell that as well. So quite often you find there's inspiration. And as we'll talk about later on in this video series, you know, that will really come true to you. What you can do is you can take your PLR and you can make it into one product that can become a whole suite of products that could potentially earn you an awful lot of money. So, there's a lot of potential there, and it's something you really need to be considering. You know, PLR is very, very powerful. It's also very effective, and it's something that if you're not using it, or if you've got some PLR gathering dust on your hard drive, go and dust it off and take a good look at it. Because as you go through this course, your eyes will start to see the dollar signs, and you'll start thinking, there's some good potential there. And you know what? There really is. So, thanks for joining me, and please take a few moments to subscribe to the series. I can then update you on new posts and the release of the upcoming new videos to the course. Also, later I'll be releasing some PLR goodies throughout the course, and at the end of the course, all subscribers will receive a free copy of my new ebook, PLR Private Label Rights, The Money Machine. So stay tuned to the next video in the series, PLR Rights Explained, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.